Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Wordle with Art. And guess what? We now finally have our leaderboard standings for the first 3 weeks, 21 days of the February Wordle Tournament. So let's get through this and announce everybody's standings one by one, and we'll gradually get our way to 10th place all the way to first place. So the format is pretty much the same as the previous 2 weeks. We've got the player on the left. We've got the 7 words from the most recent week: Salsa, Magic, Cash, Avail, Kiosk, Sweat, and Ruddy. We've got the 21-day total. So that represents, of course, the first 21 days, not just the 7 numbers that you see here. But just for the purpose of preserving space on the screen, I'm only showing the last 7 words. And then we've got your daily average. Again, that's based off of the entire 21 days. So here we go. Let's take a look and see how people are doing with actually less than a week to go, because we have already had yesterday's or today's word. So it's hard to believe we only have 6 left. Okay. Agent of Chaos has, how to say it? The dubious distinction of having the caboose, but that's totally fine. Because, somebody has to be there. And he's got a 21 total of 99, 4.71, just a great sport, never complains, regardless of his score. And there is quite a bit of wow, I just noticed this, but look at that, to go from a 2 in Cash, which actually is funny because he starts with Chaos, so I think Cash was inevitable. And then unfortunately, Chaos, a few of those 6s. But you're a great sport, and hey, you know what? My goal for you, my friend, would be just see if you can kind of like jostle yourself out of last place. I don't think it will be impossible. Just try to avoid those 6s, okay? All right. So then we've got, I'm not going to go through like the tiers within. I'm just going to announce your name because it's pretty obvious, what your total is and your daily average. But these are all the folks who are just a few guesses away from a clean 4.0 average. And so we've got Robert House, Shazan Amir, Geraldo Adcock, Dental Pharynx, The Bonehead from 1997, Linda 1541, Digger 96, Lawrence DeYoung, Connor Clark, Odie Dog, and Raider 92. Okay, so as you know, guys, I just like to always offer a little bit of motivational advice, and for you guys, it would definitely be to see if you could try to end up with a daily average at 4 or just under. That would be awesome. Okay, now moving down, we have our exact 4.0 average that belongs to Joe, Mihal Sakaria, PJ Stitcher, and Raymond C. Manning II. And yes, I do have to say, once again, unfortunately, the sheet is not perfect in a sense because we do have some missing results. As you know, I always signify them with a red 4, 3 of them, and that's just too many. You're out of the game. So please, in this video, okay, don't throw them elsewhere. Please put any results that you either disagree with or you want to make sure are filled in properly with the correct result if there's a red 4. Remember, a red 4 means that I never got that result, and it means that we need to fill it in, okay? And you need to give me your result for that particular word. Okay, so yeah, and of course, you should be able to tell. I don't have the words scrolling down with the results, but, it should be pretty straightforward. We're going from salsa to ruddy. So PJ Stitcher, for instance, is missing sweat and ruddy. All right. So, yeah, good job, guys. A 4.0 average, which, is definitely a solid result. Now we get to this sort of like no man's pack between 4.0 and the first gray. And look at that. I've got nice little ribbons here for 10th place. There's a lot of you. My goal for you guys, the whole bunch of you guys, would be two goals. A, keep it below 4.0. And B, see if you could sneak your way into, a 10th place, possibly a 9th place standing. It's going to be tough, but not impossible. All right, here we go. We've got Braden Slays 43, Viking 67, Cynthia May, AP Guy. It's either AP Guy or App Guy. I'm not really sure. Kyle B18, Hailstorm, Judah Lampkin, Mata Muertes, Ald Fouter. Ald, yeah, you've got 3 fairly conspicuous missing results there. Hal Wyman, Lakia Trippert, Matt, Ellen Sassani, Burger 4727, George Clark, Georges Thibodeau, Salad Van Baco, Mindcraft's Toast, and Trigonzo Bob. And just to show you guys how things are heating up, I remember my good friend Georges Thibodeau, and I think even George Clark were originally, like after the first week, I think they were like in like third or fourth place. It was, wow, really impressive. And then, yeah, just it's like a race, you know. If you go out too fast, sometimes the other racers or the other runners will be able to pull you back in just through that sort of like metronome, that precision they have in their strategy or their opening words. But I do hope you guys can end up in 10th place. George Clark, especially because I remember you were right there. And then unfortunately on the last day, there was a tough word in the end of the January and it bounced you out. So I do wish you luck, my friend. All right. Let's keep going because guess what, guys? We are now in the 10th place group. Here they are. Okay, let's just try to keep this as a little bit of a surprise. So Bloodlines 8, Dan and Seb, Jamie, Lapnodon, Michelle Lamb, and Wendy Jarvis. You guys, guess what? You're in 10th place. I mean, that is a huge achievement. Look at all these top tier players that you are ahead of. Okay, so I think that's just amazing. You know, to be in one of these ribbon groups is whew, really, really good. Okay, because you're not just playing with a bunch of chumps. Like I say, you're playing with pretty close to the best wordlers, if not the best wordlers on the planet. All right, so now let's get to our 9th place ribbon group. Okay, and that belongs to Burnt, Gaslighter, and Zep Girl 5. Okay. Very good job. Very good job. And of course, again, I'm not announcing the totals or the averages. They're pretty obvious. Just they're in that same row of the color. Let's move to the 8th group, the 8th ribbon group. That belongs to 3 players. And they are Alistair Gorman, Ascension, and Mikult's Mapper. My, have the tides have turned. I remember Alistair and Ascension were definitely way back in the pack in the January Wordle Tournament, and it's just, look at how much better they've gotten. It's just amazing. Really, really impressive. So now 7th place. 7th place goes to the following 3 players: Dr. Dan 3, Dora A, and Tyler C. Now, Tyler, as you know, is my student. Okay, she is my student, and she is on vacation. A lot of the students have break right now. So we are going to have her fill those results in when she gets back for her next computer lesson with me, which I think will actually be the Wednesday that we would normally get the results out. But what I'm simply going to do, and she's already agreed to this, and I know she's 100% honest, I'm just going to set her up to do a Wordle whereby you can actually enter the result for that particular day and then just solve it as if it was a regular Wordle. Okay, and we'll give her a chance to do all 3, 6, and then she'll have a few more, all of those in a row on her next lesson, and then those results will be entered for her. Okay, so that's how we're going to play that for Tyler. She'll just do that, probably just do that at my office with no hints. Okay, with no hints. We are going to definitely abide by the agreement that we all did. Okay, so yeah, congratulations, you guys, on 7th place. Now 6th place. Who's in 6th? A lot of people. Whoa, look at this. We've got D-Bone Capone, Jordan Novak. Now, again, some of these I do have to announce. Jordan, I have to say, my friend, those 4 4s will disqualify you. And that would be extremely unfortunate because, as you guys might remember, on last week's leaderboard report, Jordan was, if I remember correctly, in 2nd place. So, again, I know that if you guys are younger, you might be on a school vacation. All I can say is, please, don't miss out. You would be unfortunate not to be in the finale video. But I do have to abide by the agreement. 3 red 4s is just going to throw you out, and I have to get those very soon. Yeah, because I think we also agreed that there's like a certain turnaround on them. I'll be slightly forgiving on that, but if by the time we get to the finale video, like within a day, and we don't have those 4s replaced, yeah, definitely, I'm afraid we're not going to be able to put you in the video, which would be very unfortunate. So, Jordan, please attend to those 4s. Who do we got here? So I lost my train of thought. So Jordan Novak, Nor Rishi, rise to the equation. I wonder who that is. And Shalik Movsik, again, I hate to say it, but they're just so conspicuous. Please, Shalik, you've got 5 red 4s there, my friend. And just to show you guys how dedicated I am to making sure we get these results, I even go to other Wordlers' YouTube channels to see if you've been posting there, okay? And I couldn't find them. I know, Shalik, you do post a lot on Robdul's channel, but I couldn't find your results. So please, I don't want you to lose out because you were doing amazing, okay? All right, so now we come to 5th place, and we have just 3 here. We've got Bobo0616, Natrium, and Tornado the Twixter. Great job, guys. You're doing amazing. Natrium, I'm just missing one result for you on the ready. All right, 4th place. They get narrower and narrower, don't they, guys? It's very much emblematic of a race that you might see like in a marathon. You know, these are kind of equivalent to your Kenyans who are going to inevitably finish at the front of the race. And whoa, and it's just 2. Alex Lebedev and Martin Steed. Martin is, man, I would have to say one of the most consistent players. He got 3rd place last January, and now he's set for a very high ranking, possibly a podium again. You never know. And Alex, out of nowhere, has just like snuck up to 4th place. Well, that's thanks in large part to getting a 2. I believe that was on cash. Let's just double check here. Yeah, a 2 on cash. And a 2 on sweat. So that's pretty impressive. That's very impressive. All right. There's no denying that. So, yeah, and now we're on 3rd place. And who's in 3rd? Well, it's none other than Mr. Koala himself, Gil Earl, and Johnsky. And again, Johnsky is another player that comes to mind who is just doing like a night and day reversal in terms of performance. He didn't make the top 10 in January, and now look, he's in 3rd place. That's just incredible. All right, and now we have 2nd place. That goes to Underworld Space with just some phenomenal results. All 3s across the board with a 2 on whatever this word was, which was kiosk. That's incredible. It's funny, I even said nobody's going to get kiosk in 2, and there you have it. I was proven wrong. And now the drum roll. 1st place goes to Oranje 0428. I mean, just look at these results. 3-3, a 4, 2-3-3-3. Total daily, a score of 64, and a daily average of 3.05, which is far better than even WordleBot when it plays in whatever mode it seeks as the most desirable. That's really incredible. It really is. And he just starts off with a Jew every day. Okay, he just starts off with a Jew every day as a very consistent opener, which is interesting. It's doing even better than Slate. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Those are the results. I do hope that you enjoyed that. I will just say a couple final remarks before I close out and get to solving today's Wordle. Oh man, I have my work cut out for me. I know that, by the way, my standing is going to be definitely, I'm going to be lucky if I'm still, I think I'll be in the top 10, but I'll be lucky if I'm at least around 8th, thanks to that horrible, which did cause trouble for most of us, but a few escaped, a few escaped by the skin of their chinny chin. But yeah, so first off, I think there's still a good chance that we would like to do the March tournament. In the comments, please let me know, do you want to do a tournament for March? That would be very helpful because, I'm not going to do it if we don't have the more numbers than we have for this one. So if we get around 70 people, I think I'm going to go for it. Because I want this to be an ever-growing event. I don't want it just to kind of remain stagnant because that's just not really good for me or my channel. So first thing, let me know if you want to do a March tournament. Second, let me know if you see any errors or any 4s that you want to replace. Again, Tyler's the one exception because we have spoken about it. She meets with me every Wednesday. We're going to fix that up. Any of you others who do not report your missing 4s, that's it. 3 of them, and you're not going to be in the finale video. So I have to get those results. That's the second thing that you need to put in the comments for this video. And the third is just another, I hate to keep harping on this, but it's just another friendly reminder. I hope you guys remember that we all signed an agreement, okay? And those are very important. That's called contract law in the legal business. Now, of course, there's not going to be. I mean, nobody's going to do anything. Obviously, in a legal sense, that's ridiculous. But this is in an honor sense, which in a sense is even more important, right? Because what do we have left after our honor? Not much, right? So I'm gonna just a gentle, friendly reminder: do not cheat, okay, during any part of this tournament, and just play it clean the final week. So don't look for hints online. Don't get for hints from friends. Don't, be cute and get the next word by going to the online database and finding it for yourself and then coming up with a clever scheme to pretend that you got it in two or three. Okay. I'm just going to remind you, we're running simulations behind the scenes to keep this game, this tournament as fair as possible. And I've got some assistance from some very, very, very smart people, I can assure you. Okay. So I would not want anybody to miss out on the finale video due to some prominent cheating. So yeah, just take that as a warning, okay? Take that as a warning. I want to also mention that, as you can imagine, tallying these results, it takes a tremendous amount of time, okay? And I would rather put that time into really cool video at the end. And so what I'm thinking of doing for March, it's too late now and that's totally fine, but starting in March, I think what I'm going to do is have a Google form that you just simply can click on in the description in that particular video, and you guys will fill in the results yourself, okay? So you're responsible, not me, because I have to admit, sometimes it's not even your fault. You might not have forgotten, but I've noticed that the comments are very finicky, and some people claim that they have put it in. I even commented on it, but I just hadn't entered that result yet, and then they vanish. So it's really weird, or at least I can't see it from my end. So comments are, like I say, a little finicky. They're a little volatile. We can't rely on them 100%, even though, they've done pretty good. But the bottom line is it's way too much work for me to enter all these. It takes, putting this spreadsheet together, for example, took about 4 hours, okay? I know it doesn't seem like much, but trust me, it is, because you're putting in 65 times 7, almost 500 results, and I'm double checking and triple checking them and making sure that they're correct, okay? And just managing the spreadsheet is kind of tricky because you have to be very careful the way you sort the data. Anyways, yeah, so we're going to have a Google form. And I think what you guys will just do is simply fill that out. And I'll come up with a really good, clean way so that, it's nice and safe. And you just enter your results there. And then I just simply take those, stick them into the spreadsheet, and bam, we're good to go. And then we can focus on a really awesome video and some other cool things that we can have fun with. All right, guys, so there you have it. I know that was probably, oh, wow, I'm impressed. It was just under 20 minutes, so that's cool. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this. Remember what to put in the comments. I'm looking forward to reading them. And now it's time to try to dig myself out of that massive hole I created for myself on yesterday. Oh my God. But yeah, what can you do? Hopefully I didn't ruin that for anybody. I might have to bleep that out because, yeah, because you could still solve it today, couldn't you? Yeah. Okay. I have to bleep that answer out. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you soon with another edition of Wordle with Art.